Right people, new day on the farm, new job to be doing, so just backing up to the fertilizer spinner here at the moment. Just got him caught, so I'll go and hook that up in a minute. I'm going to try and put the GoPro on my hat. Anyone that watches Four Winds Farm, I think Matt always clips his camera to his hat, so we'll try that. If failing that, I have got a head strap somewhere, but we'll give it a go and we'll see what happens. So the audio will be a bit different in a minute out the cab. I reckon that one on there, you might be able to see a bit of what's going on. Might be a bit heavy on my head though. Right, let's give it a go. I look ridiculous, but I don't mind. So, fertilizer spreader. Show you down a bit. Electric. Nice of us. Right, I think that's all hooked up. Found the Manitou. You will be required for today's activities. Oh. Forgot how high to the ceiling I sit in this thing. Let me know guys in the comments after you've watched today's video if you like sort of the head cam footage, because if you do, I am seriously considering getting a new GoPro. I can have like this one for head cam and the other one to do the bulk of my filming. Just because that new camera I got is really good, but the image stabilization isn't great on it, and the GoPros are far handier size wise, so I know I can get my money back for that camera on eBay because I got it for an absolute steal. So let me know, what do you reckon? Boom suspension's turned off, that's why we're bouncing. Leave the bucket there. There's the Land Rover parked on the hill because it still doesn't start very well. Not sure it'll be here too much longer. Some genius has left the pallet forks in the way. That was actually me that did that. I need some night tram, which is going to be a bit interesting to get to. Wonder if I can sneak those two bags out. I'm going for a new look.
You laughed earlier on.
Why's that?
The first time I've had one of those penknives that checks for electric fences,
Yes, and
I've given myself the first massive electric shot I've had for ages. But the reason why, you remember when you and I set that, I was just planning ahead for the cows, right?
Yeah.
So you know where you and I put that fence to stop them, where it's a bit poured down behind polytunnels? Yeah. I thought I'll just go and check that that's all there so we don't have to end up doing it at the weekend or anything. And it had come off a couple of posts. And I thought, surely John would have taken away the battery and the fencer by now.
Is it still there?
So I grabbed hold of it, And my gloves are soaking because I've had to move the water trough higher up, so I've moved those down. So I grabbed hold of the fence with soaking wet gloves. God, did it gave me a hell of a bloody bolt. I've got that test, but that must, how long ago was that? Must be 4 weeks?
It's over a month, well over a month, and it's still going.
Yeah, it's
only a tiny bit of fence, I suppose.
Yeah, so what I've done is I've turned the fence off for future reference, but yeah, it's giving out a hell of a kick.
Wow. I
don't know how it's kept going for so long. It must be the best battery on the place.
Must be.
Anyway, I was just updating you on my
trying to zap yourself. Good old Phil. Oh no, don't do that. Be able to get that other one, but with the other fork, I think. If we think about this ahead of time and put this bag on the left hand side, and I get the other one out on the left hand fork, that one will be able to sit next to it on the other side. I think I'm being a bit stupid trying to get these bags in the corner when there's some other night tram there, but that's new night tram. And I'm all about stock rotation here in this Vert shed. Look at that, look. So we use up this old stuff first. Well, I say old stuff, it was still this year's fertiliser. The stuff that was delivered in January, not the stuff that was delivered in May. So yeah, the new camera I bought is brilliant. Image quality is fantastic. It's really easy to use. On, off, record buttons, all easy. Getting the footage off it is really simple. It's just the image stabilization isn't where I want it to be, and also it's quite bulky. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, what happened to my slicing stickers? They're still in the Land Rover. There he is. Probably not the best place to keep a sharp object next to the spare tyre, but whatever. Right, definitely shut. Can't waste any of that this year. Sure. Lump. The cover down. Get rid of this one. Right guys, so we're going off fertilising, as you know. We're going to be spreading the ground we cut for silage a couple of weeks ago. Hoping to take the second cut in about 5 weeks time. So we'll just give it a tickle of nitrogen, get it growing. What would be great is if we had some slurry, but we don't produce slurry on the farm. Or hardly any slurry. We've got plenty of box muck, or FYM. The trouble with that is if you put it on after first cut and it doesn't rain much, it's still there when you cut it for second cut. We don't want muck in the silage, so put the nitrogen on. Hopefully that will get it to grow a bit, and then we'll take second cut, as I say, in about 5 weeks time. Grass that I cut yesterday that you've seen in the last video, Fencer's gone off to turn that. Craig's not here today, neither's John. Otherwise one of them probably would have been turning it. There wasn't an awful lot of grass there, to be honest, that we cut, apart from one field, so I'm reckoning we'll bale it on Friday. I should have thought. Hopefully we'll have my tractor back by then, because we're going to be a bit short of tractors otherwise. We are spreading. Close the back window, will be a bit quieter. So it took me a minute to set this all up. I think we're there now. It's just all different on this tractor compared to the 155. So the section control should be doing a pretty good job for us. Obviously auto steer as well is very handy. This one just takes a bit longer to get on its line. You can see we're still 25 centimeters out. The 155 just snaps onto the line instantly. But yeah. So this is my other camera for people that haven't seen it. As I say, it's a bit more bulky. Image quality is fantastic, but yeah, it's just, I'm just thinking maybe replace that with one of the new GoPros. If anyone's got any experience of them, please let me know. Turn that one off a minute and save the battery. This steering wheel is quite heavy to pull out of auto steer. Likes to hang on. That was a better one. Got onto that line a bit quicker. Now this bridge is quite narrow. We cop a lot of stick for damage that gets done to it. By lorries and that sort of thing. Now the spreader will fit inside it. So we cop a lot of stick for that bridge. There's one example the other day when Craig, he'd ordered something, I think it was AdBlue, can't remember what it was actually. Anyway, this haulier company phoned up and said, we're going to bring it tomorrow. And Craig was like, yeah, that's fine. He said, whatever you do, make sure you come from Widden down in the lorry, because you won't get over the bridge. I can't remember what the haulage company was called. I wasn't actually here on the day it came. But anyway, the stuff turned up and the lorry driver was upset because the bridge had rubbed his ratchet straps off the side of his lorry. Craig had specifically told the haulage company not to bring the lorry that way because they wouldn't get over the bridge. So I don't know what you do in that situation. You tell them not to come that way because they won't get over. They still come that way, they hit the bridge, and then we get the blame for it. So it's a no-win situation. It's about 900 kilos in there apparently, so we'll put a couple more bags in. And we'll go off and do the big block of silage ground away from the farm. I've changed now. I've got this thing on. Can you see me? It's like a head strap thing. It's a bit more comfortable than having the hat on. Now what would be fab is if I could nick that bag there. I need to clear all these up on a wet day as well. Today is not a wet day. Should be able to get those two. I've been looking online, really starting to get the urge to buy like a classic tractor. Well, not necessarily a classic tractor, just to buy a tractor. A bit like George Saunders, if you watch him, he bought himself a fast track, didn't he? And he's got his TW35, or a 25, might be a 25. And our very own John Bowman, he's bought himself a tractor. But can't quite afford that yet. I'd love to have a fast track like George, that would be awesome. I think I mentioned in the last video I was saying how it would be nice to have the Hay Team's old fast track if Simon from Beers would do me a good deal. I either need to rob a bank or win the lottery. And I haven't got time for any of those this week. That'll level it. Oh no, we're spilling it! Starting to get a few bags there I need to tidy up. I got that bag of super grass there that I need to do something with. Problem is it's one bag of odd nitrogen on its own and it's granular instead of prilled. So you can't really mix it with anything in the spreader very well. You're a good boy, aren't you, mate? Sticky bobs in your ears. That's it. Got it. We're spreading. We're in a nice big field. It's probably our biggest field with silage actually. This one, it's about 6.5 hectares, somewhere like 15 acres, something like that. I've had to play with the settings on here, and I've got it so it's grabbing the line quicker and more smooth. So it's not doing all this. It's like straight on. So that was 5 minutes well spent doing that. I put enough in the machine here so that we should be able to finish this block. I seriously don't know how people manage to spread fertiliser now without any sort of GPS, not necessarily auto steer, just any GPS, because you can't see your wheel marks from where you last spread, so there's no way you can say, well, I'm about 24 metres away from those wheel marks. You can't see them. People would just be completely guessing. You want to be doing it accurately, otherwise you might as well just set fire to money. Right, that's that field complete. Just whilst we're waiting for the PDO shaft to run down, do our paperwork. So basically we just fill over here the hours on the tractor when we finished, the time, and then the total applied, which is on my screen here, 871 kilograms. And then again, a lot easier to find on the other tractor, but we did 6 hectares and we used 2.2 litres of fuel. So just finished spreading. I just thought I'd show you we've got a bit of a muck heap here up at this ground, so whenever someone's got an afternoon or a morning where they haven't got anything planned, we'll jump on the muck cart and bring some muck up here. Fencer does quite a lot of that, of bringing the muck up here as well. He would be doing that today, but he's out turning the grass we cut yesterday. This track's getting a bit rough. There's a whole strip of ground here alongside the track before you get to the good part of the field where we either tip dung or stack bales, because you can't tip dung on the same site 2 years in a row if it's in a field. So we'll tip it like this end one year, the other end the next year, and then wherever we don't tip it, if we make bales of beer, we'll stack them. But I think we're going to silage all this with the harvester this year for the second time, and then Rex will bring some sheep up. That's the plan. We're trying to, I say we, John is trying to make a more efficient grazing plan, and make better use of the sheep for ground like this. There's no cattle handling up here, so it's very difficult to handle cattle if you bring them up. It's not like with sheep, you bring up some of your wrapper kit and make a pen and get them in. I keep finding myself either almost stalling or stalling the tractor when I come to junctions, because I'm used to, with the other one, being able to stop on my foot brake. Nice lorry. So I come to the junction, put my foot on the brake, and either jug to a stop, or just about catch myself. But it's weird how used you get to driving one machine. Right, so that thing is doing a burn still. I have to leave it running until it's finished. Phil's got back from haymaking, which is good. We replaced a load of these tines this morning, especially on that end rotor. So a lot of them had broken. I don't know why, but Pottinger tines to replace are an absolute pain in the backside. I don't know how well you can see. This one's a bit loose, he wants tightening up. They have two pieces of metal inside the tine that have to bolt together through the bracket, and that bit and that bit don't line up very well at all. You've got to try and hold them together whilst holding the tine in place, and get a bolt through there and get a nut on the bottom. So I don't know who designed that from Pottinger, but whoever it was wants to either try and change one. There was one more broken one that we didn't replace on the top up there, but we'll replace that another time. I'll just get the tools and tighten that one up a minute before I forget whilst that's doing its burn. So yeah, getting these bits of metal inside that loop is enough of a task, but then you've got to get them to sit correctly on top of each other, hold them there whilst getting a bolt through and a nut on and holding it. Nice. It's a poor design. There's no need for it to be that complicated. Let's pull this back, Gus. Can't get moaned at then for not putting tools away. It is an absolute pet peeve of mine. That's why I have my own tools, because I know where they are. I put them back when I used them. When you go to look for one, it's always there. Something's under there. What have I got here I can flush it out with? I'm coming, Gus. Oh, it's a big fat squirrel. Oh, come here, Gus. He's off. He'll chase that now until he either there they are, get him. He got it. He got it. Gus. That tractor is still doing its burn. Gus is bleeding from his mouth now. The squirrel got him. He doesn't seem too fussed by it. I've literally just got to stand here and wait for that tractor to stop doing its burn now, so I'll go and chuck a load of stuff in the office, wait for that to finish, and I can turn it off. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to comment below what you think of the head cam. If you think it's good, I might get a new GoPro and do a bit more of that. I think that's probably the way forward. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you have any other questions, please ask them. Loads of links in the description to all the socials where you can see what goes on here at Northwick on more of a daily basis. If you want any merchandise, a hat or a shirt or a hoodie, there's also a link down there for them as well. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on another video next time. Cheerio.